A strange atmosphere. The atmosphere in the Hardy household felt peculiar. After 3 days of staying with the Hardy family, Erna concluded that an unfamiliar gloom seemed to envelop the entire house. If only Viscount Hardy had given her a clear answer sooner, she might have returned to Beaufort without hesitation. However, he was known for his indecisiveness. Stop dwelling on it. The response to her question, which she had mustered the courage to ask, arrived after 4 long days. If that was the only answer she received today, Erna resolved to leave without further ado. She couldn't bear to linger like an uninvited guest. The thought of her grandmother worrying about her granddaughter, who had left with just a letter in the dead of night, weighed heavily on her mind. Would a walk help? Erna pondered this, but quickly changed her mind. Remembering yesterday's frustrating walk, where a man in the plaza had pursued her relentlessly, her hands still trembled at the recollection. She had to flee to escape his incessant chatter. Miss Erna!" A lively voice accompanied the sound of gentle knocking on the door. Erna, gazing out the window, sighed and closed the curtain. As she adjusted her clothes, another knock echoed. "Yes, come in." Hesitating for a moment, Erna hurriedly took a seat at the table by the window. Moments later, the door swung open, revealing a maid carrying a tray of afternoon tea. "Thank you." "You're welcome, miss. It's easy for you to say." "What? Ah, yes." A shy smile crept onto Erna's face as she watched the maid. The young maid, Lisa, was responsible for Erna's care. With her friendly demeanor and bright smile, Lisa made Erna feel grateful for the attention she received. However, it felt somewhat strange to interact with someone her own age after such a long time, especially since it had been a while since Pavel had left home for college. Speaking of which, she recalled that the Royal Academy of Arts was located in Schwerin. A wave of regret washed over her as the memory surfaced. She wished she had brought Pavel's address, but in her haste to leave, she hadn't thought to do so. Baden was situated in a remote part of the countryside, almost like a secluded island, requiring an hour's walk to reach the nearest village. The Bardens of Baden had turned away from the world, and Erna, having grown up among them, had done the same. Without Pavel, her connection to humanity felt even more distant. Plants and animals were far more familiar to her. "Excuse me, Lisa." When Erna called out gently, the maid's eyes brightened as she set down the tea. "Yes, miss. What can I do for you? Is the Royal Academy of Arts nearby? It's about 5 stops away by stagecoach. Are you planning to visit?" "No, not at all. I was just curious." Erna quickly shook her head, realizing how rude it would be to show up unannounced at Pavel's place. She needed to remain composed and leave quietly instead of acting impulsively. "By the way, Lisa, is there something going on with the Hardy family? The atmosphere seems a bit off." Sitting up straight, Erna cautiously broached the subject that had been on her mind. "What? Well, it's fine." The maid's expression shifted and she averted her gaze. "I really don't know, miss. I haven't been here for long, so... I can't say." "I understand. Of course, it's nothing serious." The maid hurriedly poured a cup of tea for Erna, seemingly oblivious to the splashes on the saucer. As the maid turned away for a moment, Erna quickly wiped the saucer clean, discreetly hiding the stained handkerchief. Just then, a new maid's voice interrupted with a knock. "Lady, the master is looking for you." This was the message Erna had been anxiously awaiting.